Twice winner of the prestigious Emmys in Kazan. Famous Canadian director Paul Saltzman presented the film The Last White Night in Kazan Federal University. Why is the history of Ku Klux Klan and human rights organization confrontation in the US interesting to students of the Republic of Tatarstan? The answers are in the next video. About the arrival of the famous Canadian in Kazan Federal University was known long before his arrival. Spectators of students' internet channel universmatri.ru could ask questions Semi Saltzman live. And being thousands of miles away from Kazan, he managed to hold a tour of his home. A month later, Paul Saltzman brought his documentary film The Last White Night in the capital of the Republic of Tatarstan. Pictured by Canadian director is one of theme of nationalism and racism. And as the director told students, it's no coincidence. He leads an organization that advocates for human equality and fighting with racial prejudice. In his work, he tried again to remind the audience about tolerance and its place in the modern world. Author's approach to solving this problem has caused many questions. So the audience asked what the director believes the main weapon in the fight against nationalism and ethnic conflicts.
I think the fundamental thing is we'll never have peace on earth if we look down on people. I think the only way we'll do that. And again, it's not just peace on earth, it's you with your friend or me with my friend.
Canadian director was pleasantly surprised by the students in their knowledge of his biography. Thus, many in the audience wanted to know what changed in the life of Saltzman after acquaintance with the legendary The Beatles. With the Fab Four, he met in India at one of the sacred ashrams.
I learned, one important thing I learned was from George Harrison. I was 24 years old and he was 24 and we were just sitting alone talking about life. And he said something that changed my life. He said these words to me. He said, like, we're the Beatles after all, aren't we? We have all the money you could ever dream of. We have all the fame you could ever wish for. But it isn't love. It isn't health. It isn't peace inside, is it? So that was life-changing for me.
After Kazan Federal University, Paul Saltzman visited Russian Islamic Institute. Canadian filmmaker was interested in the education system of Muslims, its principles and features. Particular attention was paid to the issues of peace talk between the representatives of different faiths, especially Tatarstan's experience in this regard is worthy of respect. As the conversation continued after watching the movie The Last White Night, audience was interested in the case of religious tolerance overseas. Just Saltzman was offered to shoot a film about the history of Tatar people. Director promised to think on the idea and of course to come to Kazan again, but it didn't end there. TV mate met again with the university community in the studio of Kazan University Students Television.